Taylor Swift's $1 sexual assault lawsuit, the untold story. From Stardom to the stand, the Taylor Swift trial that changed everything. What happens when a pop superstar known for turning heartbreak into chart-topping hits takes on a DJ whose career goes up in flames? Why did Taylor Swift, a woman worth millions, fight so hard for a single dollar? And what does a Chris Tree farm have to do with the courtroom drama that gripped the world? This is the story of Taylor Swift versus David Mueller, a legal battle that started at a meet and greet and ended in a verdict heard around the globe. Was it a case of mistaken identity or a shocking breach of trust? Buckle up, because we're diving into the twists and turns, the fireworks, and the jaw-dropping testimonies that turned this case into a cultural moment. Imagine this: one of the world's biggest pop stars, Taylor Swift, standing in a courtroom. She's not there to promote a record or accept an award, but to fight for something that cannot be bought: justice. Now ask yourself, why would a multi-millionaire go through months of legal drama for a single dollar? What kind of bold statement does that make? And how does a seemingly ordinary meet and greet spiral into a full-blown legal battle? Strap in, because this is the story of America's sweetheart versus a radio DJ, a courtroom drama that turned into a cultural moment. We're talking betrayal, courage, and a dash of hilarity. Taylor Allison Swift was born on December 13, 1989, in Reading, Pennsylvania. Her father, Scott Swift, worked as a financial advisor, a no-nonsense kind of guy who probably gave Taylor her business savvy. Her mother, Andrea Swift, was a former marketing executive turned full-time mom who nurtured Taylor's creativity and ambition. And yes, Taylor grew up on a literal Christmas tree farm. Picture young Taylor, skipping around in boots, surrounded by twinkling lights, scribbling her first lyrics in a notebook. Jingle Bell Rock playing in the background? Probably. Her early life was the kind of storybook childhood Hallmark movies are made of, with just enough grit to keep it real. By age 9, Taylor's curiosity turned to music. Inspired by country legends like Shania Twain and the storytelling genius of her idols, she began performing at local fairs. At 14, her family made the ultimate sacrifice. They packed up their lives and moved to Nashville, Tennessee, so Taylor could chase her dreams. Nashville embraced her ambition. A performance at the Bluebird Cafe, a legendary venue for aspiring country artists, caught the attention of Scott Borchetta, who signed her to Big Machine Records. The rest, as they say, is history. From her self-titled debut album to her genre-breaking transition into pop, Taylor became a global icon. But Taylor's success wasn't without its critics. Her career was peppered with public feuds, heartbreak anthems, and unrelenting scrutiny. Through it all, she emerged as a champion for self-empowerment and authenticity. Now let's meet David Mueller. Born in Colorado in the early 1970s, Mueller's upbringing couldn't have been more different from Taylor's. His family struggled financially, and Mueller grew up learning how to hustle. He had a knack for entertainment and an undeniable charm on the microphone, qualities that landed him a career in radio. But Mueller's career was less smooth sailing and more rocky rapids. He climbed the radio ranks, eventually landing a morning DJ spot at KGO FM, one of Denver's top stations. While he had a dedicated fan base, behind the scenes, rumors swirled about his unprofessional behavior. Colleagues whispered about disputes, inappropriate jokes, and a personality that didn't always sit well with management. In short, Mueller was the kind of guy who could light up a room or clear it, depending on his mood. And as we'd soon find out, his worst decision wasn't a hot mic slip-up or a bad joke. It was crossing the line with the wrong woman. It was 2013, a year defined by Taylor Swift's unstoppable Red Tour, sold-out arenas, and chart-topping hits. Denver, Colorado, was just another dot on her tour map, or so she thought. This was the night the narrative shifted. Taylor Swift, ever the gracious star, was hosting a meet and greet before her concert. Fans were ecstatic, lining up for their moment with their idol. Enter David Mueller with his girlfriend, Shannon Melcher. They were there for a golden photo op, but what happened next turned that golden moment into one of the ugliest legal sagas in entertainment history. As Taylor posed for the camera with Mueller and Melcher, something unthinkable happened. According to Taylor, Mueller slid his hand up her skirt and grabbed her backside. In that split second, Taylor was faced with a dilemma: cause a scene in front of fans and media, or stay calm and report it later. She chose the latter, demonstrating remarkable composure. But behind that poised smile in the photograph was a wave of disgust and anger. As soon as the session ended, Taylor confided in her team, sparking a chain reaction that led to Mueller being escorted off the premises. The infamous photo, which would later become a centerpiece in court, captured an awkward moment, with Mueller's hand suspiciously hovering behind Taylor. Word traveled fast. Taylor's team contacted Kygo FM, presenting their allegations and the photo. Mueller's employers didn't take the matter lightly. After an internal investigation, Mueller was fired from his $150,000 a year job. The DJ's golden voice was silenced overnight, and his reputation took a nosedive. Mueller, however, claimed innocence. He insisted his firing was a gross overreaction based on fabricated claims. According to him, he was merely a victim of bad angles and poor judgment, an argument that failed to hold water with his former employer. Now unemployed and publicly humiliated, Mueller bided his time, fuming over the loss of his career. But why did he wait until 2015, 2 years after the incident, to take legal action? Perhaps he hoped the scandal would fade. Perhaps he underestimated Taylor Swift's resolve. Either way, when he filed his $3 million lawsuit against Swift for defamation, the gloves came off. Taylor Swift wasn't about to let this slide. She countersued Mueller for sexual assault, seeking a symbolic $1. To her, this wasn't about money, it was about principle. It was about showing the world that even a megastar had the right to defend her dignity. The media frenzy was instant. Tabloids, blogs, and news outlets latched onto the story. Taylor's $1 countersuit became a rallying cry for women's rights, a testament to standing up against power imbalances and inappropriate behavior. Before the case went to trial, both parties agreed to mediation, a step intended to avoid the time and expense of a courtroom showdown. Mediation, in theory, is where disputes go to die peacefully. In reality, it's where tensions boil over in private. The mediators, experienced legal professionals known for their ability to diffuse high-stakes disputes, probably regretted taking this one on. On one side, Mueller maintained his innocence, claiming his life had been destroyed by a misunderstanding. On the other, Taylor was unflinching, insisting she had been assaulted and wouldn't back down. The sessions were anything but calm. Imagine Taylor's sharp wit clashing with Mueller's desperate attempts to defend himself. Sparks flew, but no resolution emerged. Mediation had done its job. It narrowed the claims, but it failed to bring peace. By August 2017, the case had reached federal court in Denver. The courtroom was packed with journalists, fans, and curious onlookers. Taylor Swift, dressed in muted courtroom attire, carried the confidence of someone who knew her truth. Mueller, looking visibly strained, was a stark contrast to his previously polished DJ persona. The trial was a spectacle. Taylor took the stand and delivered a testimony that became an instant viral moment. She described the incident with unwavering conviction. It was a definite grab, a very long grab. I know it was him. I didn't want to make fans uncomfortable by causing a scene, but it happened. Mueller's attorney attempted to challenge her recollection, asking why she didn't immediately react. Taylor fired back with biting clarity. Because my rear end is located at the back of my body. I know what happened. The infamous photograph, projected on a large screen, became the smoking gun. While it didn't explicitly show Mueller's hand under her skirt, his awkward posture and Taylor's expression spoke volumes. Mueller, for his part, denied the allegations, claiming his hand might have accidentally brushed her. But the jury didn't buy it. After days of testimony and deliberation, the jury sided with Taylor Swift. She won her $1 countersuit, and Mueller's defamation claims were dismissed. As Taylor left the courthouse, fans cheered, celebrating her victory as a win for all survivors of assault. For Taylor, the case became a defining moment in her career. She donated to organizations supporting sexual assault survivors and used her platform to advocate for change. Her victory was symbolic, but its ripple effects were monumental. Mueller's career, however, was in shambles. After losing the case, he struggled to find work. At one point, he reportedly took a job as a bar DJ, far removed from his days at Kygo FM. This case wasn't just about a pop star and a DJ, it was a cultural turning point. Taylor's refusal to settle, her decision to countersue for just $1, and her courage to face a grueling trial sent a powerful message. No one is too powerful or too famous to stand up for their rights. So, what do you think? Was Taylor Swift's $1 lawsuit the ultimate power move? Would you have had the courage to fight back? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more stories that inspire, intrigue, and empower.